All right, great.
Hey.
Nothing is too outrageous for our next guest. He's a professional funny man, a father who is unfiltered, unapologetic. I'm going to give him 2 snaps, a twist, but no kiss, because you know homie don't play that. Comedy royalty, Damon Wayans. What's up, Damon?
Hey, what up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Congrats. Huge network deal, man. You got a big deal on CBS with your new show premiering next Monday night. I'm excited for you.
I am super excited. Yeah, this is it's a blessing to work with my son and all the other Wayanses that have come on board. And the show is really funny, and we're really super excited about people watching it and enjoying it.
It's exciting that you get to work with your son. He's very talented. You guys obviously have good chemistry because you're sharing DNA. But I'm curious what it was like growing up with your dad. Wasn't he a grocery store manager? Is that true?
Yeah, my dad wasn't like funny. I was scared of my father, because he was very strict and you didn't get away with anything with my father. So, it wasn't until he got older till we moved out of the house and, we were able to, just stand on our own as men that, my dad even would tell us he loved us. It's not that we was famous. It's just he was proud of us as men. So, yeah, it's a total different relationship than I have with my son.
The new show is called Poppa's House. It's premiering Monday night, October 21st on CBS Plus streaming on Paramount Plus. And in this show, you play a morning drive DJ. Were there any radio personalities that you came up listening to that you were a big fan of? Was radio a big part of your life?
Radio was a huge part of my life. And I loved Frankie Crocker, Chief Rocker, Frankie Crocker, and we had Mr. Magic. You had Ken Spiderweb. There was just a bunch of guys that, used to start my day with. And they would impart wisdom and play great music. And, it's just like that, I don't know. It was just such a huge part of my life that I wanted to honor them. And also it's something different, in terms of playing a character on TV. You don't see too many radio DJs.
A big part of my life coming up was watching in living color, as many millions of people did and laughed in their living room. I'm upset, though, as I Google searched in living color. Do you guys not have a streaming deal? There's nowhere to stream the show?
No, we don't. That's Keenan's headache that I stay out of. And so I don't, I know people see it. They watch it on YouTube or wherever, and, they still love it, which is great. But I gave up hope a long time ago, bringing in living color back.
Well, I think Paramount Plus needs to do the right thing and go ahead and strike a streaming deal with your big bro. What was your favorite sketch that you did on the show?
There were many. I mean, I love most of them. I wrote most of the sketches that I was in. So, I'm kind of hard to pick which baby you like. But I love doing the Homie the Clown because the angrier I am, the funnier he is. And it's really fun to play angry.
Well, maybe you could apologize to my mother, because I remember getting in trouble for taking a sock and putting things in it and beating my little brother with it and just saying, homie, don't play that, little bro. And my mom was super pissed, just so you know.
What did you put in it? What did you put in the sock?
Well, it depended on how mad I was at my little brother. It could be rocks if I was really pissed off. Homie, don't play that. We all were saying that in middle school, man. We couldn't say it enough.
That's funny. What's funny about Homie the Clown is I used to put a little pebble in the sock because it was all full of sock, not the sock inside the sock. But I would have a little pebble in it to get the reaction. So when you see the kids get hit and they go, ow, they're really reacting to that little pebble in there.
I also heard Keenen say that you were the one that pushed Jim Carrey to be on In Living Color. Did you see that blockbuster movie star really early? You saw that talent?
Well, Jim and I we came up in the comedy clubs together, and we used to hang out. We were friends in comedy clubs. We watched the Birds of Sam Kinison and Dice Clay and Roseanne Barr. We were like there for that. And he and I would look each other in the eye and go, "We're next, man. We're next." And so we would push each other, while on stage. Like I would sit in the audience and yell stuff up to Jim, and he would do that for me. And we kind of made a pact that whatever we said, we'd have to go with it. So That was fun. We grew up together.
Check out Damon's new show, Poppa's House, premiering this coming Monday night, October 21st on CBS. Also streaming on Paramount Plus, starring him and his son, Damon Wayans Jr. Don't miss it. Set your DVRs. I also want to quickly, before we let you go, you've been making us laugh. Your whole family has been making us laugh for decades. So I got some quick fire questions so we could get to know the family just a little bit better. First one is, who is most likely to jump out of a plane and skydive out of all the Wayans?
Marlon.
All right. And when it's time for the family cookout, who are you putting on the grill? Who's the one that's going to be manning the food?
Probably Sean, because he's clean.
Nice. He washes his hands.
Yeah.
And then in what order were you guys picked on the basketball court? I know you grew up in New York City. Did you ever make any appearances at Rucker Park, and were you out there balling?
Never balled. Like we were the guys on the sidelines making other players laugh. None of us can play basketball. I probably put more time into it because I had to pretend to be someone in the movie Celtic Pride. So I went to basketball camps and got coached, but none of us are any good.
What about controlling the radio? Who had the boombox and who was the one making the mixtapes? Who had the biggest love for music?
Me. I got pause button tapes. I turned Sean on to music, but Sean DJs now. But I turned Sean on to music, and like Keenen will actually go months without listening to music. I don't know how he does it. I can't go 8 hours without listening to music. I start my day with music.
Shout out to you, by the way, Mo Money soundtrack. That was one of those CDs that I paid 2 cents for when I got it, but then somehow I owed $500 for the Mo Money CD back in those days. I loved that soundtrack.
Hilarious.
What about who farted the most?
Who farted the most?
Yeah, who out of the Wayans brothers, who's one that's just going to rip one?
Marlon. And he thinks it's funny. He's got terrible, a digestion. And this guy will eat stuff to make himself fart just to be funny. He used to do it on the plane. We'd be flying, and he would pretend he's sleeping and just be letting it rip. We would crack up, but the person he was sitting next to didn't think it was funny at all.
Now I know he's probably not the answer to this next question. Then who got all the girls? Who was the ladies' man of the Wayans brothers?
Sean, but Marlon. Sean got the most attention, and Marlon got the most girls. So Marlon would take anything that came his way. Sean, was the one the girls liked, but Marlon was the one they ended up sleeping with.
Well, I know who's most likely to have the next big hit show on network television. That's Damon, who's joining us right now. The new show on CBS. It's going to be the big show of the fall. It premieres next Monday on CBS and on Paramount Plus, called Poppa's House. Congrats on the deal, and we can't wait to see you on TV, man. We'll be watching next week.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you, Gentry. Have a beautiful day, and please watch the show.
I will. Peace out, my brother.